Hello, this is Chef Marcus Giuliano, and I'm your chef on a mission. Today's mission is selling microgreens or selling to a restaurant. So have a comment here on my YouTube channel. I want to sell microgreens I grow indoors to restaurants. How do I do this? So how does one go about selling to a restaurant? So here's the first key thing, is that a lot of restaurants just won't buy. That's the bottom line. Or they'll start buying and then they'll stop immediately. Most restaurants don't want to deal directly with a farmer. I love buying produce from farms. I love dealing with farmers, but I don't like dealing with calling 20 farmers a week or 5 farmers a week and having all this billing and all this kind of things. Even though we do it and we've done it in the past, a lot of restaurants are just used to picking up the phone and dialing, or now texting or online, 1 or 2 distributors, and that's it. Everything comes from them, and anything outside of that box, that paradigm, anything outside of those channels to them is totally foreign. And they might do it, like I said, they might do it, but generally most restaurants won't, and they're very, very price conscious. Now, to the restaurants that will buy from you, let's see. So if you want to sell microgreens to restaurants, here's how I would do it. I would go around to restaurants in one area. So for example, now I've had people that have come to me from a half an hour away. Oh yeah, I can come here. The minimum's $25, $15, whatever. I'll deliver to you. I don't care. And you place a couple orders with them, and all of a sudden they realize that they have to drive 30, 45 minutes and then back to you, and they're not selling to any other restaurants in the area, and they realize soon that their time is too valuable and it's not cost effective. So you need to target a city, an area, a population that has more than a couple of restaurants or one restaurant that you can sell to. So I would like to see you team it up with a farmer's market. So go to a farmer's market in a happening place. There's a guy here, John Adams, sells microgreens. He grows them all year round in a greenhouse, soil growing microgreens. And he doesn't sell any around here. Very little coming to the area market. I've tried to buy from him, but he goes to New York City. It's only an hour and a half away. He goes to the green market there. He sells directly to restaurants and to consumers at full retail. So you kind of need to have a mix of 2 different price structures of tiering. So you want to sell to restaurants at wholesale, and you want to sell to consumers at a much larger price, at a better price where you're making money. So try to pick a place where they have a farmer's market. Now in the wintertime, there's not many farmer's markets. But once you get established, I would kick this off with a farmer's market. Go to a farmer's market, sell retail, and then venture off to restaurants in that area and say, hey, I'm here every Saturday. I'm here every Tuesday. Here's a sample of microgreens. You have to sample them, and say, here's what the price is. Here's my list. I'm at the market, so I can easily be here. Count on me every Saturday. But if you pick one restaurant here, one restaurant here, one restaurant here, 2 restaurants over here, and all of a sudden they're calling you on Monday, I'm out of product, I need it now. And all of a sudden another restaurant's calling you on Tuesday from over here again, hey, I'm out of product, I need some now. You're going to be running around like crazy. I learned a long time ago that farmers are great at growing things. They're not great at delivering. They're not great at invoicing. They're not great at the whole other infrastructure. So here's my suggestion. Once you get a group of restaurants that want to buy from you, then you approach a distributor or a farm hub. If you have those in the area, farm hub. I bought from 15 farms last week, all through 2 farm hubs. 2 vendors distributed, 2 vendors bill me, 15 different farms I dealt with. It's a home run. It's amazing. Now here in the Hudson Valley, you have 2 or 3 of these already, and you have another one coming on in Sullivan County next year. So you build the market and say, then you go to the distributor, even if it's a distributor, you go to the distributor, and don't forget, they're going to want a rock bottom price at distributor. So you need to kind of have volume to make that up. So you go to the distributor and say, hey, I have 5 restaurants in New Paltz, New York that will buy my product. Would you like to buy from me and sell to them? I'll give you the order. I'll take the order, and give you, and you deliver the product and charge me however you bill them, you pay me, figure out, here's what we need to charge them, and then backtrack. So you can say, here's what I would charge. I would charge them $20 a flat for microgreens. So the vendor's going to say, well, we'll probably give you $8 or $10, and then, we deliver it, or $12. Now, for this model to be successful, you still have to do your own sales, which means you still have to call on your customers. You have to build new customers. Don't rely on the distributor or the farm hub or whoever is distributing your product to go out there and grab new sales for you. That's the kind of thing that people think, oh, there's people are going to sell my stuff left and right now. They might not. So you still need to go out on your free time and visit restaurants with samples and do your face-to-face and still pick up the phone and call these restaurants, send them messages, how's my product working, this and that. And then when a restaurant drops off, they've been buying 6 months from you, and then all of a sudden they haven't bought in 2-3 months, you pick up the phone, you call the chef, hey, what's going on? You might find out that they have a new chef. And that the new chef, doesn't know you and is used to buying other things from other people or this or that. There's going to be a various amount of reasons. Then they could tell you, hey, I just couldn't afford to do it anymore. And then you can say, if you're still going to the farmer's market, right? If you're going to that farmer's market, you can simply say, hey, if I have any left over at the end of the farmer's market, because I don't want to travel back home with all this product, would you be willing to buy it at a reduced price? I've done this many times where farmers will come to me and say, I mean, I'll just unload everything. Just give me a flat dollar price and $25, $50. Just take what I have, the 3, 4, 5 boxes, 2 boxes. And that's a way at the end of the market so you don't have to go back home. Because let's face it, you're going to take product back, and where's that product going on? So you're going to the refrigerator. You might as well get it back into distribution and go back and keep focused on growing your business and growing your crops. So that's how I would approach that. Farmers market, find your own restaurants. Once you do that and build a smaller business, get rid of delivery yourself, because you can't be doing delivery yourself, or team up with another farmer. If you can team up with another farmer, that would be huge, or 2 other farmers. So you're in one area, a couple of farms, and now you're going with microgreens. Now you're going with tomatoes. Now you're going with corn. Now you're going with 5, 6, 7 things, and you guys take turns rotating and delivering product. That is also an option I didn't mention previously. But once you go, a distributor's going to want to, a distributor likes to see that you already have an established business and you're handing them accounts, right? So you're saying, here's 5 restaurants, here's 10 restaurants that are already doing business with me. They're your accounts now. You can service them. Here you go. I've already done all the connections, and then keep building those connections for that distributor. So hopefully that helped you with your business plan here on microgreens. Definitely go out and make sure you're priced within reason. I know this is one thing, my personal philosophy, and I've never wagered on this. I don't negotiate with a farmer. The price is the price, and that's it. I understand the farmer has to cover his expenses, her expenses. So you need to figure out what you need to cover and do that. But now here again, if your microgreens are twice the price of somebody else's microgreens, you're probably not going to be selling them unless you have a far superior product or such a story that people are going to be searching for your greens. But then you have to go out and really build, like I told you, to build the customers in the restaurants, build the retail customers too. So people are kind of familiar with going to restaurants and getting your product. So now when people come to you and they say, hey, by the way, I noticed you buy my product every other week at the farmer's market. Did you know these 3 or 4 restaurants in your area right here have my products on a regular basis? So kind of send people to the restaurants and have the restaurants, supporting product, send them people as well. And then if a restaurant drops you, one of those guests could tell you, one of your customers could tell you, hey, I don't see Sally's microgreens anymore in that restaurant. And they might call you or send you an email and say, I'm kind of disappointed, I don't see their product. So then you have ammunition to go to the restaurant now and say, hey, here's one of your guests who likes to see my product on your menu, and it's not there anymore. So just wanted to pass this along to you. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I hope that helps you. If you have any other questions, leave those in the comments there, and I will be glad to answer. Dealing with farmers since 1998, 1999. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it on.